Dear students, Namaste, and once again welcome back to another session of online mathematics class. In this video we shall discuss a new topic, integration by parts. We all know the product rule in derivatives. The question is given in product form, then we apply product rule. Okay, uv the whole dash is equal to uv dash plus vu dash. Okay, u into v the whole dash is equal to uv dash plus vu dash. This is known as product rule in derivatives. First function into derivative of second one plus second function into derivative of the first one. In a similar manner, here also we have product rule. It is known as integration by parts. If the question is given as a product of two functions and we are asked to find the integral, then we can use the rule called integration by parts. Okay, and it is integral u v dx. U and v are two functions in x. Okay, integral u into v dx is equal to first function into, that is u into integral of the second function. Here it is v, so integral v dx. I repeat, first function into integral of the second one, so u into integral v dx. Then minus integral of derivative of the first function. Integral of derivative of the first function. First function is u and the derivative is u dash. Into integral of the second one. Integral v dx. Okay, that is integral uv dx is equal to u into integral v dx. First into integral of second. Then minus integral of derivative of first into integral of second. Derivative of first is u dash and integral of second, integral v dx. Okay, so the formula may be stated as follows. The integral of the product of two functions is equal to first function into integral of the second function minus integral of differential coefficient of the first function into integral of the second function. Simply we can write like this: integral uv dx is equal to u into integral v dx minus integral u dash into integral v dx. Okay, the whole quantity we have to integrate again. Okay, now let us consider one example. If you have to integrate x cos x, integral x cos x dx. So first function x into integral of the second function, integral cos x dx. Then minus integral of derivative of the first function, derivative of x, d by dx of x. Then into integral of second function is cos x, so integral cos x dx into dx. And which is equal to x into integral cos x dx. What is integral cos x? It's nothing but sin x. So x into sin x. Then minus integral of derivative of x. It is 1. Integral of cos x, again it is sin x dx. That is x sin x minus 1 into sin x is sin x. Integral sin x. Integral sin x is minus cos x, so minus into minus plus, then integrating constant c. So x sin x plus cos x plus c. This is our final answer. Okay, we can skip this first step, no problem. Okay, we can directly write this step. Here the first function is x, so we write as it is. Then integral of cos x, we know it is sin x, so we can write sin x. Then minus integral of derivative of first one. Derivative of first function is, here it is x, so derivative of x is 1. Then integral of second, integral cos x is sin x. And we again integrate to get the final answer. Okay, so it is not necessary to write this step. Clear? Now we move on to exercise 7.6 of NCERT class 12 mathematics text. Okay. Here the first question is integral x sin x dx. Integral x into sin x dx. So first function x into integral of the second one. Integral sin x. Integral sin x is minus cos x. Then minus integral of derivative of the first function. Here derivative of first function is 1. Derivative of x is 1. Into integral of the second one. It is minus cos x dx. That is minus x cos x, minus into minus plus, integral cos x. Integral cos x is sin x, then plus integrating constant c. Okay. Now take the second one. Integral x sin 3x dx. So first function x into integral of second function, integral of sin 3x, that is minus cos 3x divided by 3. Then minus integral of derivative of first function, derivative of x is 1, integral of second, minus cos 3x divided by 3 dx. So minus x cos 3x divided by 3, minus into minus plus, this 1 by 3 we can take it out. Integral cos 3x, integral cos 3x is sin 3x divided by 3, then plus c. We can combine these two terms. Minus x cos 3x by 3, then plus sin 3x by 9 plus c. Okay. And the third one is integral x e raised to x dx. So first function x into integral of second, integral e raised to x. It is e raised to x itself. So e raised to x, then minus integral of derivative of x is 1, integral of e raised to x is e raised to x dx. So x e raised to x minus 1 into e raised to x. It is e raised to x. Again integral e raised to x is e raised to x plus c. Clear? And the fourth one is integral x log x dx. Here the problem is, if we take x as the first function and log x as the second function, we can't apply this rule because integral uv dx is equal to u into integral v dx. First into integral of second. Here first function is x, second function log x. So first function x into integral log x. What is integral log x? We don't have any integral formula for log x. Okay, but we can derive the formula. Now there is no standard formula. So we just shift the terms. Take log x as the first function and x as the second function. Clear? That means polynomial functions and logarithmic functions are given. Take logarithmic function as the first function and polynomial function as the second function. While the product of polynomial and trigonometric functions are given, then take polynomial function as the first function, trigonometric function as the second function. That thing you have to keep in mind. Clear? So here we can rewrite this one, which is equal to integral log x into x dx. Now we can apply the rule. First function is log x, second function is x. So first function log x into integral of x. Integral of x is x square by 2. Then minus integral of derivative of first function, derivative of log x, 1 by x, into integral of x, x square by 2 dx. Here we can cancel on x. So x square by 2 log x, then minus this 1 by 2 we can take it out. The remaining is x dx, integral x dx. Integral x dx is again x square by 2 plus c. Or we can write x square by 2 log x minus x square by 4 plus c. Understood? Now we move on to question number 5. Integral x into log 2x dx. Here also we can take log 2x as the first function and x as the second function. Okay. So integral log 2x into x dx. First function is log 2x, so log 2x into integral of second, x square by 2, then minus integral of derivative of first function, log 2x, 1 by 2x into derivative of 2x is 2, chain rule, okay. Then integral of second, x square by 2, dx. Here on 2 and 2 cancel, x square, here on x cancel. That is x square by 2 log 2x, then minus here on 1 by 2 integral x dx, x square by 2 plus c. So x square by 2 log 2x minus x square by 4 plus c. Okay. Now take the sixth one. Integral x square log x dx. Here also we can consider log x as the first function and x square as the second function. So integral log x into x square dx. So first function into integral of second, x cube by 3 minus integral of derivative of first into integral of second. Here on x we can cancel. So x cube by 3 log x, then minus 1 by 3 into integral x square dx, x cube by 3 plus c. So x cube by 3 log x minus x cube by 9 plus c. Okay. And once again look at the third one. Here it is not x, it is x square. I have wrongly copied the value from the textbook. So the question is actually integral x square e raised to x. It's not a problem. You can take the first one as a new question and you can copy the answer. Okay. We can do it again. Integral x square e raised to x dx. Actually in our textbook it is integral x square into e raised to x dx. Okay. So here x square into e raised to x integral, e raised to x, then minus integral of derivative of x square 2x, integral of e raised to x, then dx. That is x square into e raised to x minus 2, we can take it out. Again here product of two functions. So we have to apply integration by parts rule. Okay. So first function x into integral e raised to x is e raised to x minus integral of derivative of first 1 into integral of second e raised to x dx. That is x square e raised to x minus 2 into x e raised to x minus integral e raised to x is e raised to x, then plus integrating constant c. So x square e raised to x minus 2x e raised to x plus 2 e raised to x plus c. From the first three terms we can take one e raised to x common. So e raised to x into x square minus 2x plus 2, then plus integrating constant c. So the answer is e raised to x into x square minus 2x plus 2 plus c. Okay. Now we move on to question number 7. Integral x into sin inverse x dx. Here also we have to take the function, inverse trigonometric function as the first function, polynomial as the second function, like in the case of log and polynomial. Okay, so first we can rewrite this one, integral sin inverse x into x dx. Polynomial and trigonometric. Polynomial function first function, trigonometric function second function. Polynomial and logarithmic function. Logarithmic function first function, polynomial second function. Polynomial function and inverse trigonometric function. Inverse trigonometric function first function, polynomial function second function. Okay. So sin inverse x into integral of second one, x square by 2 minus integral of derivative of sin inverse x. What is the derivative of sin inverse x? 1 by root of 1 minus x square. Again integral of the second, x square divided by 2 dx, which is equal to x square by 2 sin inverse x, then minus, here on 2 we can take it out, 1 by 2 into x square divided by root of 1 minus x square dx. Now in order to solve this one, we can make one substitution. We can put x as sin theta. Okay. So put x equal to sin theta and dx is equal to cos theta d theta. So here x square by 2 sin inverse x then minus 1 by 2 into integral x square sin square theta by root of 1 minus sin square theta dx is cos theta d theta. Clear? So x square by 2 sin inverse x minus 1 by 2 into integral sin square theta by 1 minus sin square theta is cos square theta and root of 1 minus sin square theta cos theta. Root to cos square theta and it is cos theta into cos theta d theta. Cos theta we can cancel. So it is equal to x square by 2 sin inverse x minus 1 by 2 into integral sin square theta d theta. So x square by 2 sin inverse x minus 1 by 2 into sin square theta can be rewritten as 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2 d theta. X square by 2 sin inverse x minus 1 by 4. This 2 we can take it out. 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, 1 by 4. Then integral 1 into d theta, it is theta minus integral cos 2 theta sin 2 theta divided by 2 plus integrating constant c. So x square by 2 sin inverse x minus 1 by 4 into theta value we can replace. From this step we can write theta is equal to sin inverse of x. X equal to sin theta, so theta is equal to sin inverse x. 1 by 4 into sin inverse x minus sin 2 theta can be written as 2 sin theta cos theta divided by 2. This 2 we can cancel. And what is cos theta? Cos theta in terms of sin theta. Root of 1 minus sin square theta. Root of 1 minus sin square theta is what? Cos theta. So here we can make one arrangement. X square by 2 sin inverse x minus 1 by 4 into sin inverse x minus sin theta into root of 1 minus sin square theta. That is x square by 2 sin inverse x minus 1 by 4 into sin inverse x minus sin theta. Sin theta is x into root of 1 minus x square. From the first two terms we can take on sin inverse x common. So sin inverse x into first term x square by 2, then minus 1 by 4. Minus 1 by 4 into sin inverse x. So minus 1 by 4. This minus into minus plus 1 by 4 x into root 1 minus x square. That is x by 4 into root 1 minus x square. Then plus integrating constant c. Here also c. This time we can simplify. Here the LCM is 4. So 4 into x square by 2. 2x square. Here minus 1. That we can write first. 2x square minus 1 divided by 4 into sin inverse x. Then plus x by 4 into root 1 minus x square. X by 4 into root of 1 minus x square plus integrating constant c. Understood? So now here important question. Similarly, we can do the next one, x into tan inverse x and x into cos inverse x and so on. Okay. Now consider the next one, integral x into tan inverse x dx. We can take tan inverse x the first function, tan inverse x into x dx. So first function into integral of second minus integral of derivative first, derivative of tan inverse x 1 by 1 plus x square into integral of second x square by 2 dx. So x square by 2 tan inverse x minus this 2 we can take it out 1 by 2 into x square divided by 1 plus x square dx. Here we can make an arrangement. X square by 2 tan inverse x, then minus 1 by 2 into integral. We can add and subtract 1 on the numerator. Okay. So 1 plus x square minus 1 divided by 1 plus x square dx. If you cancel this one, we will get the previous step. Okay, 1 plus x square, then minus 1. Now we can split the denominator. So x square by 2 tan inverse x minus 1 by 2 into integral 1 plus x square divided by 1 plus x square minus 1 by 1 plus x square dx. Now we can integrate it separately. This cancel, we get 1. So it is equal to x square by 2 tan inverse x minus 1 by 2 into integral dx. Integral dx is x, then minus integral 1 by 1 plus x square is tan inverse x plus c. So x square by 2 tan inverse x minus 1 by 2 into x, that is x by 2, minus into minus plus 1 by 2 tan inverse x plus c. From first term and third term we can take tan inverse x common. So x square by 2 plus 1 by 2 tan inverse x minus x by 2 plus c. This can be written as x square plus 1 by 2 into tan inverse x minus x by 2 plus c. Okay, the next question number 9 is integral x into cos inverse x dx. It's a homework, do it yourself. Okay, you can do it like we have done in question number 7. Integral x into sin inverse x. In a similar way, we can make the substitution in the case of cos inverse x. Integral x into cos inverse x dx. Okay. Consider the next one. 10th question. Integral sin inverse x the whole square dx. Here we can take 1 as the second function. So in the case of inverse trigonometric function and a logarithmic function, if it is given like that, for example integral log x dx, log x only, then log x into 1 dx, or integral log 2x dx, log 2x into 1 dx. Take unity as the second function in case of logarithmic function and inverse trigonometric function. Okay, so here only inverse function is given, sin inverse x the whole square. So sin inverse x the whole square into 1 dx. Then we can apply by parts rule. Okay. So first function is sin inverse x the whole square and second function is unity 1. So first function into integral of second, integral 1 is x, then minus integral of derivative of first function, derivative of sin inverse x the whole square. So this can be treated as x square, x square derivative 2x. So 2 sin inverse x into derivative of sin inverse x, chain rule, 1 by root of 1 minus x square. Again integral of the second one, integral of 1 dx, integral dx is x. That is x into sin inverse x the whole square, then minus, this minus I write it as plus, integral sin inverse x into, this minus we can write inside, minus 2x divided by root of 1 minus x square dx. We just rearrange the terms. This minus we write it as plus and that minus sign we write it inside the integral part. Okay. Now if you observe the second part, that is this one, here the derivative of 1 minus x square is what? Minus 2x. It is upon the numerator. So what we can write? 2 root f of x. We have already discussed in the previous classes. Integral f dash of x divided by root f of x dx is equal to 2 root f of x plus c. This result we can apply, or you can use the substitution method. 1 minus x square, we can put it as another variable t and proceed like that, you will get the same answer, 2 root f of x. Okay. So here x into sin inverse x the whole square, then plus, here again we are going to apply the product rule, taking sin inverse x as the first function and the second term minus 2x divided by root 1 minus x square as the second function. Okay. So first function sin inverse x into integral of the second one. Integral of this one is 2 root f of x. So 2 root 1 minus x square. Then minus integral of derivative of first one. Derivative of sin inverse x is 1 by root 1 minus x square into integral of second one. 2 root 1 minus x square dx. This 1 minus x square can cancel, and which is equal to x into sin inverse x the whole square, then plus 2 root 1 minus x square into sin inverse x minus integral 2 dx. It is 2x plus integrating constant c. Okay. Now consider the next one, 11th question. Integral x cos inverse x divided by root of 1 minus x square dx. First of all, we can rewrite the question in a definite order. So integral cos inverse x we can write first into x by root of 1 minus x square dx. Now as in the previous question, here also we can do the same thing. Here we can multiply 1 minus 2 on the numerator and divide on minus 2. That minus 2 we can write outside the integral sign. Okay, minus 1 by 2. So minus into minus plus 2 and 2 get cancelled. Okay. Divided by root of 1 minus x square dx. Now we can consider cos inverse x as the first function and minus 2x divided by root of 1 minus x square as the second function, as we have done in the previous one. Okay. So here we can write minus 1 by 2 into first function cos inverse x into integral of this one 2 root 1 minus x square, then minus integral of derivative of first derivative of cos inverse x minus 1 by root 1 minus x square, again 2 root 1 minus x square dx. This cancel. So minus 1 by 2 into cos inverse x 2 root 1 minus x square, here minus into minus plus integral 2 dx 2x plus integrating constant c. This 1 by 2 we can multiply, 2 and 2 get cancelled. So minus root 1 minus x square into cos inverse x minus into plus minus, this 2 and 2 get cancelled, we get x, then plus integrating constant c. So our answer is minus of root 1 minus x square into cos inverse x minus x plus c. Okay. And the 12th one is a direct question, integral x into sec square x dx. So you can consider x as the first function, sec square x as the second function, and you can apply by parts rule. Okay. So it is a homework, do it yourself. Okay. Now we move on to question number 13. Integral tan inverse x dx. So here we have to take unity as the second function, tan inverse x into 1 dx. First function into integral of second, integral dx x minus integral of derivative of first, derivative of tan inverse x. What is the derivative of tan inverse x? 1 by 1 plus x square into integral dx x. So x into tan inverse x minus, here we can multiply and divide on 2. 1 by 2 into 2x by 1 plus x square. Now the derivative of denominator is on the numerator. So log mod denominator. X tan inverse x minus 1 by 2 log mod 1 plus x square plus c. Is it clear? Now we move on to question number 14. Integral x into log x the whole square dx. So here we can take log x the whole square as the first function and the polynomial function x as the second function. Okay. So first function into log x the whole square into integral x dx, x square by 2 minus integral of derivative of first function log x the whole square. So 2 log x into derivative of log x is 1 by x. Into integral of second one, integral x dx, x square by 2. Here on x we can cancel, 2 also cancel. So x square by 2 log x the whole square minus integral log x into x dx. again product rule, by parts rule. So x square by 2 log x the whole square minus log x into integral x square by 2 minus integral log x derivative 1 by x integral x dx x square by 2 dx. So x square by 2 log x the whole square minus x square by 2 log x minus 1 by 2 into integral x dx x square by 2 then plus integrating constant c. And remove the bracket. X square by 2 log x the whole square minus x square by 2 log x minus into minus plus x square divided by 4 plus c. Okay. Now we move on to question number 15. Integral x square plus 1 into log x dx. Here also you can take log x as the first function and this polynomial function x square plus 1 as the second function. So first function log x into integral of second. Integral x square is x cube by 3. Integral 1 dx is x. Then minus integral of derivative of first one log x derivative 1 by x. Again integral of second one x cube by 3 plus x dx. So log x into x cube by 3 plus x, then minus integral 1 by x into, from this we can take on x common, so x into x square by 3 plus 1 dx. This we can cancel. So this can be written as x cube by 3 plus x, that we can write first, into log x, then minus integral x square by 3 plus 1 dx. So x cube by 3 plus x into log x, then minus of x square by 3 dx. So 1 by 3 into integral x square dx is x cube by 3, then plus integral 1 dx is x, plus integrating constant c. Or we can write it is equal to x cube by 3 plus x into log x minus x cube by 9, then minus into plus minus x plus c. So our answer is x cube by 3 plus x into log x minus x cube by 9 minus x plus c. Okay. Now we can summarize the concept we have discussed so far. Integration by parts. Integral of the product of two functions. Okay. So integral uv dx is equal to u into integral v dx minus integral of u dash into integral v dx into dx. That means first function into integral of the second function u into integral v dx, then minus integral of differential coefficient of the first function, that is u dash, into integral of the second function integral v dx. Okay, and here we have to deal with different situations, and some of them are first function polynomial function, second one trigonometric function. That means if polynomial function and trigonometric functions are given, then we have to take polynomial function as the first function and trigonometric function as the second function. Okay. Similarly, polynomial function first function, exponential function second function. Okay. And logarithmic function first function, polynomial function second function. Inverse trigonometric function first function, polynomial function second function. That means the question is as the product of inverse trigonometric function and polynomial function, we have to take inverse trigonometric function as the first function or logarithmic function as the first function. Okay. And next one is, if logarithmic function only is given log x dx, log x the whole square, log x the whole cube, log 2x, something like that. Okay, in that situation, we have to take unity as the second function. Okay, so the first function is logarithmic function and the second one is 1 itself. We have to write log x into 1 dx. Then we can apply the same rule, integration by parts rule. Similarly, if inverse trigonometric function only is given sin inverse x the whole square or tan inverse x. So in that situation, we have to write sin inverse x into 1. cos inverse x into 1, tan inverse x into 1, sin inverse x the whole square into 1, anything. Okay, so in that situation also we have to consider unity as the second function. Okay, so that's all for today. I think you understood the concept. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thank you.